Hello, my name is Bailey. I'll be showing off some of the features of my website that I developed for the final project. Let me just start by sharing my screen here. Okay. And there we go. Okay. So, my site is called List Ranking. Basically, the idea is that I can type in any name into the list that I want. So, for example, let's say I want to create a shopping list. Gonna hit create. Now you notice anytime I interact with any one of these buttons, they will transform a couple different ways. So I have event listeners looking out for any one of these 5 buttons to number one, when I click on it, it will make like a little drop down and be a little bit lighter in color. Oh, hey, harvest. And then it'll also circle around for a little bit to give the user the idea that it is loading something. Anytime I hit create, it's just going to re-render the screen underneath those new items. Um, but yeah, it is also going to copy into this little load screen down here, just in case we need to come up with that there. If I enter it in, so let's say that I want to make a shopping list, I'm going to get some bananas. I want to get some lemons. And I want to get some apples. I also have another event listener that is constantly, anytime I make any changes, it is taking all of that information, converting it to an object, converting that object to JSON, setting it to local storage, and then running a web API to then send it to a cloud storage server. So let's say that I accidentally refresh my web page. So part of what that constantly setting it is that it's going to automatically pull that information. So even though I have refreshed and I'm re-rendering, it is re-itemizing everything that I put in. So I haven't lost that information and I'm not just starting from scratch. I also have the ability to, number one, save this list and I can automatically clear it out if I wanted to create a new one. So I'm going to now create a new one called test. And this is going to be 1. This will be 2. And this will be 3. Once again, accidentally refresh. Boom, it's right there. But let's say that I wanted to then pull back my shopping list again. I'm going to go down here, load it up, and it's going to be right there. Banana, lemons, apples. You will notice that as well, if I hit delete here, and now I try loading shopping, it's no longer there. So in this input, we can either load or delete a list, and then up here, we can either create, clear, or save a list that we are using. Kind of gone over some of the event listeners. You'll notice with my CSS, like a lot of things have like the drop shadow, the top of the screen, the list ranking, and down here at the bottom. No, it's nothing too special, but I have that in a file to dynamically render it. My HTML is very minimal. There's not that many input items in there. I'm sure I could have dynamically rendered these buttons as well, but I didn't really feel too much need to do it. For the most part, everything is being used by this list, user, dynamic body, and storage MJS. Oh, I accidentally clicked out of it. That's all being imported in here, constantly running these event listeners and converting all of that information into the object to then go to JSON to be pushed either to the server or set to local storage. That way information is always being saved and manipulated in some regard. I think that is it. You'll notice that I can kind of create as many of these items as I want. I had to use event delegation, which is something that I learned, where instead of adding event listeners on these specific items, I set it on the parent element. That way, as these are being created, it still falls under that event listener portion. I can also get rid of as many, so that way there's no limit to the amount that can be created. And that is my site. Thank you.